Hello 10A, and I would like to welcome you to Assessment Event 2 for 001. Really exciting, yay! You guys have done so much work in preparation for this, and I'm sure that you're all excited to complete the assessment and hopefully get some really good marks. So just to remind you, this is 25% of your total marks, so it's a really important one. So I want you to all remain calm, feel confident. You've all done so much work researching your animal, doing your description, creating a plan, creating a PPT. So I'm sure that you're going to do a fantastic job here. Because I'm not there, don't think I'm not going to be marking you. The teacher who is recording you, the recordings, the videos are going to be sent to me, and I am going to be marking you based on the information that I've provided you and the feedback that I've given you, okay? So don't think that you're being marked by anyone else. You are still presenting to Fiona and Fiona's class. So don't stress about that, and we'll try and get those final marks to you in the following week after everyone has completed their presentation. So to start off with, you are now in my welcoming video. So welcome to the assessment. This is how we're going to go. So the first person on the run sheet that I sent you earlier in the week, sorry, on Friday of last week, the run sheet, you're going to set up your PowerPoint. So if we just go across, we'll have a look at the run sheet just quickly and then go back to this in a moment. Okay, so this is the run sheet. Today is the 11th of May. We're in period 4. Michelle is ready to do her first presentation. So Michelle, after this video finishes, I'd like you to go up to the smart screen, the smart board rather, put your PPT in and get ready to start and go as soon as possible. Kraus, while Michelle is presenting, you're more than welcome to leave the room just to practice your presentation, just practice your speech. So if you want to take just yourself and your laptop and just sit outside at the designated chair and practice your presentation, that's fine. So once Michelle has finished her presentation and completed the 3-minute question and answer time, that's when you, Kraus, need to jump on to the smartboard, put your PPT on and start your presentation. Which means Lucy, as the next person, can go out of the room and practice the presentation while Kraus is performing his. So I'm making sure that you're really confident, that you've practiced just before you present to give you the best opportunity to perform the best you possibly can. So we'll come back to this in just a moment. I just want to go through the instructions first. So the audience, if you are an assessor, you need to complete the peer assessment sheet. You'll remember the peer assessment sheet from our last class. So see this sheet that you have here. Every student will be required to assess 3 other people. So throughout the next week, while your presentations are happening, you will have 1 document, so 1 sheet. But what I would like you to do is just draw a line down the middle. For instance, you could draw it just here. And so it's divided it into 2. And then what you will do is here, you'll write the name of the first person you're assessing, then the name of the second person you're assessing, and the name of the third person you're assessing. Then, when the presenter, the person that you're assessing, is completing it, you can circle in the first one either yes or no. In the second one, you can write yes or no, and the same in the third one, yes or no. So if you think that you understand the aim of the presentation, you can circle yes. If you think they've not done a good job, you can write no. Okay, so nice and simple. This is actually part of your assessment. So each student is required to do a peer assessment of 3 other students. So for instance, Michelle might need to do an assessment of Jasmine first, and then of Bad, and then of Becky, okay? And so this will count toward Michelle's overall performance. So each and every one of you need to do 1, 2, 3 peer assessments. You'll see here's the topic of presentation. You can just do 1 and then write the name, 2, write the name, and then 3, write the name. Then you read through and answer yes, no, or otherwise. Need to write your name here. So if it was me, I could write Fiona and then make sure you have the date. Now, this must be handed in at the end of the week once all the assessments have been completed. So just to get back to the instructions, so keep your peer assessment sheet until all the presentations are complete. The next thing I suggest is that you help your classmate during question time. So ask them questions. Every single one of you need to have 2.5 to 3 minute question time. Otherwise, it will have a negative impact on your outcome. So make sure you help your classmate. With your friends or not, it's the right thing to do. We're all in the same class together. We all want everyone to do well. So come up with some questions as the person is presenting and ask those questions to the presenter to help them out with their assessment. The teacher will record your presentation video. Just a reminder that you need to speak for 5 minutes. That is not including any extra videos. For instance, if you've got a video of a tiger hunting and that takes 2 minutes, your full presentation needs to be 7 minutes. So 5 minutes of speaking time. Remember, do not read off your notes and don't read off the PPT. And again, there's a 3 minute question time. So guys, please jump in and help your classmates. Here's a bit of courtesy information to make sure that we're being kind to one another and doing the right thing. All laptops, books, and other homework need to be put at the back of the room. So once this video has finished, please grab everything off your desk except for a pen and your peer assessment sheet, maybe your USB for your presentation, and pop them at the back of the room. This is an assessment, so we're working under assessment conditions. If I do hear about anyone gaming or sleeping or doing other homework, points will actually be deducted from your assessment event. And just to let you know, the teacher is under obligation to tell me about these things. And also I might have some secret squirrels in the classroom that are also being my secret spies. So pay attention, listen, look, and give a lot of care and understanding and respect to the person that's presenting. If you are not speaking or doing a peer assessment, please still give eye contact and interest to your presenter, and they can do the same for you. When people look interested, it actually takes your nerves away. So it's just a kind thing to do to other people so that they can respect you in the same way. Just a couple of tips. Remember, speak loud enough. Make sure the person at the back of the classroom can hear you. Try and make eye contact with your audience and feel confident. You guys have been working on your animal for a really long time. I know that you know this animal really, really well. So don't be scared. These are friends in front of you and we all want you to do really, really well. So I'm just going to go back. So here we have a look at who's presenting first. As I said, I've already provided this information to you. I just want to go quickly over the assessors. So when Michelle is presenting, Jasmine, Cindy and Barry, you are actually going to be doing the peer assessment. So Michelle, Cindy and Barry. So for instance, if this is Michelle, Cindy and Barry. Michelle's going to present, so Cindy will be the first. So Cindy, you would write Michelle here. Michelle's animal here, so she might be doing a parrot. And then in column 1, so this column, you're going to be answering everything. When you're watching Michelle, you're going to decide yes or no to all of these questions. So let's just go through to double check that you know who you're going to be assessing. So when Michelle is presenting, Jasmine, Cindy and Barry, you need to complete your assessment sheet, your peer assessment sheet. And that's for person 1. Kraus. When Kraus is presenting, Solomon, Tony and Amy, you will be doing the peer assessment. Lucy. When Lucy is presenting, Cherry, Evelyn and Han, you will be doing the peer assessment. Dixon. When Dixon is presenting, Mike, Sam and Frank will be doing the peer assessment. Jasmine, Gail, Michelle, and Jerry will be doing your peer assessment. When Solomon presents, Charles, Kraus, and Maggie, you need to do the peer assessment. Cherry, when Cherry is presenting, Becky, Lucy, and Tracy, you must be doing the peer assessment. When Mike is presenting, Blaine, Dixon, and Amy, you will be doing the peer assessment. Cindy, when Cindy presents, Jasmine, Cindy, oh, you can't do that, that's not possible. We'll just leave it. Jasmine and Barry will be doing a peer assessment. When Tony is presenting, I think I've made a bit of an error here. Just going to change these. Just bear with me just a moment. Okay. So Tony, Solomon, Michelle, and Amy. Evelyn, we have Cherry, Kraus, and Han. Sam, Mike, Jerry, and Frank will be assessing you. Barry, Gail, Maggie, and Michelle will be assessing you. Amy, Charles, I'm going to swap. Poor Maggie's got a lot to do, so I'm going to change her to Han, because it's the first name that came to my mind. Amy, Charles, Han, and Kraus are going to assess you. Han, Becky, Tracy, and Lucy will assess you. Frank, Blaine, Cherry, and Dixon will assess you. Gail, Jasmine, Cindy, and Barry will assess you. Charles, you have Solomon, Tony, and Amy looking after you. Becky, we've got Cherry, Evelyn, and Han. Blaine, Mike, Sam, and Frank will assess you. Jerry, you're going to have Gail, Tony, two Tonys, and Jasmine assessing you. Maggie, Charles, Evelyn, and Barry will be assessing you. And Tracy, Becky, Sam, and Solomon will be assessing you. Okay, so these are your assessment. So these guys, you need to make sure that you've got your peer assessment, and for the person that you're allocated to, that you complete this. If you have more than 3 people, please just add another column here so you complete the information. I do apologize, I don't have a very good PDF reader, so that's what the situation is. Okay, so if you've got 3 people, this is fine. If you have 4 people, do it that way. And so at the end of the week, you'll be able to hand these in to me. So that's all from me today. I just want to wish you the very, very best of luck. I'm sure that you're all going to do an absolutely wonderful job, and I cannot wait to see not only your PowerPoint presentations, but also your amazing presentation and speaking abilities. Thanks very much, and have a great class. And again, good luck.